Goodness,
Yeah.
you're not kidding, especially later on this week for sure. We've got a lot of folks here in Middle Tennessee who will vacation at some point, possibly even this week, and we've got some issues coming up along the different coasts.
It's not the ideal week to be in Florida because it's going to be
Or
wet.
even Carolina coast, maybe.
Yeah, South Carolina's getting some heavy rain, southern Georgia getting some heavy rain already. We're going to start by talking about Tropical Storm Colin, and that is the reason for the inclement weather. Now, unlike Bonnie last week, this thing isn't going to linger. It's going to be a fast mover, but it's out there right now, already spreading some heavy rain into the panhandle of Florida, into southern Georgia, as far to the north as North Carolina. The center of circulation is still offshore, well offshore actually, and this isn't a classically organized tropical storm. The bulk of the rainfall is to the east of the center of circulation, so it's not all that well organized. Maximum sustained winds right now are at 50 miles an hour. That is well below hurricane strength. Needs to get up to 74 miles an hour before it would become classified as a hurricane. That's not expected to happen. In fact, it's supposed to maintain those 50-mile-an-hour winds as it moves to the north and eventually turn northeast towards the northwestern coast of Florida. So this is where the center of circulation is going to go. But you saw all that rain already spreading way out from the center of circulation, so it's just going to be a wet mess for Florida, for southern Alabama, for Georgia, for North and South Carolina as well. And eventually the system is going to move off into the open water of the Atlantic Ocean, and then it'll reach its peak strength with 60-mile-an-hour winds once it's over the open waters, the warm waters of the Gulf Stream, and then rapidly moves out into the North Atlantic Ocean and becomes post-tropical. So this isn't going to linger for days and days. It's going to make landfall around 9-10 o'clock Eastern time this evening and then rapidly move off into the Atlantic Ocean over the next 48 hours. Around here, no worries with that. We just have a little bit of fog. You can see kind of some of that in the distance here from the St. Joseph School in Madison. A lot of fog right now in eastern Middle Tennessee. Smith County really socked in right now around Carthage. Hasn't been an issue around most of Nashville. You can see some fog again in the distance as we look past downtown, but it's real patchy around Metro Nashville. Give yourself a couple extra minutes just to be on the safe side, but in eastern Middle Tennessee, that's where the bulk of the fog has been occurring. We've been seeing more of that in southern Middle Tennessee as well. Fog forms when the skies overhead are clear, and that's what we have overhead. Clear skies, and that means no rain in our neck of the woods. Just a little bit of ground clutter from the radar sites, those little green blips here and there. No actual rain. That's all down to our south and southeast, and that's where it's going to remain. And temperatures have dropped a little bit. The humidity is a little lower. That allows the temperatures to fall down a bit. We're in the low 60s right now across most of the area, even some upper 50s in Clarksville and Waverly, but we are going to warm up rapidly as we head through the day. From 62 in Nashville right now up to 75 by 9 a.m. into the low 80s by noon. Lots of sunshine overhead, just a few fair weather clouds. The winds are going to turn to the west and eventually to the northwest, and that's going to bring lower humidity air into the mid-state. Eventually it's going to bring cooler air, but not yet today. 87 still about 3 degrees above average. You'll notice the cooling trend as we head through the day tomorrow. It's still going to be warm during the afternoons, but it should be pleasantly warm, and we're going to keep the rain chances steered away from us, way off to our south and southeast today. Little chance of showers tries to make a run across the Ohio River, but that should fall apart tonight before it moves into our neck of the woods. A couple clouds to start tomorrow, then abundant sunshine tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. Pleasantly warm during the afternoons, highs in the 80s, but the humidity will stay low, and temperatures at night are going to drop down into the 50s for Wednesday morning and Thursday morning. Some windows open weather. You get some free air conditioning. Back up into the low 90s on Friday. The humidity won't be too bad yet on Friday, but it'll be increasing as well. Mid-90s Saturday and Sunday, heat index in the upper 90s with a slight chance of a storm, but I'd be more concerned about the heat and humidity Saturday and Sunday rather than the rain chances.
Okay, will do. In the meantime, enjoy these next several days. Very nice. 6-4.